Hey brethrens and sistrens, we're back in our normal spot, my very not colorful, boring room. It's good to be back. So today's kind of crazy. Today marks 1 year of me coming out publicly to the world. So I thought it'd be cool to do a video kind of talking about what I've learned, what I've grown from, what I've realized, and all that good stuff since coming out. Before we get started though, I do want to tell you guys about something super fucking awesome. So to celebrate 1 year later of coming out, I teamed up with Poptimism and the Trevor Project to create these really awesome pop grips. There's these two designs, and then there's another one which I'll put on the screen. I'll put a photo of them so you can see them better. But they're super fun, super cute, kind of in the same style of the ones I did, I think it was like 2 years ago. But what's really cool about working with Poptivism is 50% of the sales made from these bad boys is going directly to the Trevor Project. And if you don't know about the Trevor Project, it is an incredible nonprofit organization focused around suicide prevention, specifically in the LGBT plus community. So 50% of sales goes directly to the Trevor Project. If you want to go buy one or two, I like to have two so I can go like this because I drop and break everything. My biggest character flaw. It's something I have to live with, not you, so it's fine, it's whatever. I'll put the link at the top of my bio if you want to go check it out. Anyway, let's do this thing. First question, how did Anna react? I'm so excited somebody asked this. Anna's my sister. What's so fucking amazing? Oh, I love this story so much. I literally came out to my sister and I was like, hey, I'm bisexual. This bitch says, same. It's my favorite story. It's my favorite coming out moment that I've had. She is also bisexual, and it's just so fucking awesome to have her as someone that I can talk to, go to, and just fully understand like where I'm coming from. It's just really fucking awesome. So shout out Anna. We out here doing things, beach. Hey. Knowing the amount of support you got, do you regret not coming out earlier? I try not to regret anything. I have like 3 regrets in my life total, and I think about them every day of my life. I don't regret not coming out sooner because I wasn't ready. And I think even when I came out, I wasn't entirely ready, but it happened and it brought a lot of silver linings and like blessings in disguise. And I feel like if it would have been sooner, I wouldn't have learned the things I did learn through the shitty process that I had to go through of coming out when I did. So I don't regret not coming out sooner. And although when I did come out, it fucking sucked the way it happened, I'm so thankful for the way it happened because I feel like I learned so much about myself, about the people around me, and just about life. I'm out here being Buddha. What advice do you give to those who are still struggling to come out? My number one piece of advice would be take your time. There's no rush. If you're unsure, don't force yourself to be ready when you're not. Life is the longest thing we will ever do. Life is the longest thing we will ever be a part of. So take your time. If you're not ready and you're not comfortable, don't force yourself to do something that you're not ready to do. Also, second piece of advice would be do it for you. Don't do it for anyone or anything else besides you and your peace of mind and your well-being. That's the advice I would give. How are you feeling now a year later? I am feeling so fucking good, you guys. Like, I feel so at peace and like I really just know who I am and what I want. I don't know, I just feel really happy. I better knock on some fucking wood. Shit. Did you get the reactions you expected after coming out? I think the only reaction that I didn't expect would be, I hate to bring it up or even talk about her ever again, but Sandra can honestly say I didn't fucking see that coming. I don't think anyone did. So that was the only one that really took me off guard, which sucks because that was my best friend. But we grow, life goes on. How was your first Pride experience? This last Pride was my first Pride ever in life in general, but also first Pride being out. It made me feel, what's the right word? It made me feel hopeful to see entire families, like little kids that don't even know what's going on. But just to see that and know that those kids are gonna grow up with no prejudice is just amazing. It was really cool to see that. It made me very happy. I like thought about it for a long time afterwards. Has you being bisexual been a deal breaker for anyone? No. There's been a few people that I've talked to where it's been an insecurity on their end, and I feel like if anyone were to say that that's a deal breaker, well then that's a fucking deal breaker for me. You know what I mean? Who was your biggest supporter through the process? What's amazing is I've had a lot of people who I didn't, not that I didn't expect them to be supportive, but just like really fucking stepped up and were there for me. Rachel Scanlon, who was my co-host on Apologies in Advance, was so there for me. Lauren Sanderson, I remember calling her and explaining what happened when it happened, and she was so supportive. Shannon Beveridge, super supportive. My old manager Elisa was incredibly supportive. My best friend Kara from home, if you guys remember, incredibly supportive. I know there's people I'm forgetting and I feel awful, but I just had so many people, like when it first happened, reach out and be just amazing. What scared you the most about coming out, and were any of those fears validated? I don't know if rejection's the right word, or like, what is the right word for that? Like disappointment maybe? If there's a word for a mixture of rejection and disappointment, that. And were they validated? Yes, with she who will not be named. My biggest fear before coming out was just being told that like who I am is wrong. And having grown up so religious and being taught one thing and then feeling the other thing, it was just such an internal struggle, and it made me hate myself for so many years. And I finally had come out of that and seen the light, and to have somebody so close to me then bring me back to that place fucking sucked. But like I said, we grow. What do you think is the most important thing you've learned on this journey? Anyone and everyone are capable of opening their mind and learning and understanding if you give them the chance. Like, I grew up thinking gay people are going to hell, okay? I went to private Catholic school and I believed that shit for a hot second. And then I was like, wait a minute, I want to kiss that girl. But when you're taught one thing growing up and you're never challenged to question it, there's no need to. So when my parents were finally challenged by my own sexuality and me coming out, they had the opportunity to be like, wait a minute, let's take a step back. I've never had to think twice about this, but now that I do, let me try to expand my mind and learn. And they are amazing, and they were so open to learning, and my parents are so accepting and like just amazing. So I think the biggest thing I've learned is you have to give people the chance to understand and learn. And it doesn't happen overnight, and you can't expect it to happen overnight. I hope that makes sense. Is there anyone you grew closer to once you came out? My sister, obviously. Are you comfortable with the label of bisexual? I don't think I'm comfortable with any label in general. I hate putting labels on things, because when you define something, you limit it, if that makes sense. I just feel like labels are just unnecessary. And last but not least, ladies and gents, do people treat your bisexuality like it's invalid? That like it's a phase? Because that's my fucking life. I feel ya. For a long time, I wished that I was just lesbian, because that felt to me like it would be easier, and like I knew for sure what I wanted, and it was just that and that only. I feel like being bisexual comes with the whole thing of like, well, maybe you're gonna come out as gay one day, or maybe it's just a phase, you're going through a party thing, or did you get hurt by a guy too hard and now you're trying out girls? It's like, no. And it's so frustrating, and like, and even now that I'm dating a guy, it's like I feel like people don't take me seriously when I say I'm bisexual. I don't know, it's frustrating. All right, I hope that video helped. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Check out my pop groups down below in the link. 50% of sales goes to the Trevor Project, an incredible nonprofit organization. So, yeah. And also, I just want to say, I'm gonna do some cheesy shit. I'm putting this at the very end of the video so that hopefully everyone's clicked off by now. If you're struggling with your sexuality and you feel unsure and you're scared and you feel alone, just know that you are not alone. There are so many other people, myself included, that have felt what you're feeling and have gone through similar things. And there are so many outlets to reach out to, and people that are willing to sit and talk with you and want to sit and talk with you and want to help and want to understand. I love you guys so fucking much, and I will see you soon. Bye.